I get everybody to gather around? We're going to start our program.
Excuse me.
Are you guys in the back already?
I know because of
Certainly, if you don't get it, if you hadn't had a chance, check out the diagrams either during or after the program. But good morning, I'm Mike Kelly. I'm the General Superintendent and CEO of the Chicago Park District, and it is my pleasure. First of all, I'm glad to see everybody made it back here to what we call Chicago's Wilderness, Chicago's Preserve, Chicago's Frontier, whatever you want to call it. This is an opportunity for Chicago. We're standing on almost 300 acres that we're going to convert into a nature preserve, ecosystem, bike trail, and I think everybody in this audience, because I recognize so many familiar faces that have been on this project for years, should give themselves a round of applause. Some of the folks joining us today are Alderman John Pope, Mike Mercuri from SRAM, Tom Shepard from the Southeast Environmental Task Force, and Mayor Rahm Emanuel from the City of Chicago. Obviously, we are excited to be here. This is an exciting realization of the Millennium Reserve vision to make Calumet a destination for the communities all over the city, for kids, for family, to enjoy the wilderness and enjoy recreation. So let me tell you a little bit about what's coming here. In fall of 2015, natural habitat areas will be enhanced to improve their ecological quality and function. Nearly 45 acres will be developed for eco-recreation opportunities, including fishing, canoeing, adventure courses, cross-country skiing, camping, and biking. And I can't stand here without thanking some more folks. Obviously, first of all, I want to thank the mayor. Mayor Rahm Emanuel, one of his first tasks he took with regard to the Chicago Park District was signing over this property from the city of Chicago to the Chicago Park District. I also want to thank the state of Illinois. I want to thank Governor Pat Quinn, who couldn't make it today. We could not have done this without Governor Pat Quinn and his financial support and the Illinois Department of Natural Resources led by Mark Miller. I want to thank the newly formed, and if you haven't, we're going to get a form out today. All of us, I want to sign on to be friends of Big Marsh. And again, I want to thank everyone at SRAM. What once was an eyesore will soon be something very special and unique in Chicago and in the country. I also want to mention that we've been recently named as a finalist for the 2014 National Recreation and Parks Association Gold Medal Award. It'll be announced this fall, and the gold medal recognizes the best of the best in park agencies in the country for excellence in park and recreation management. And now at this time, I'd like to introduce someone who shares the Park District's vision, a friend of the Chicago Park District, and someone who works tirelessly for this community, my friend Alderman John Pope.
Thank you, Mike. I too would like to reiterate some of the comments made by Mike. This has really been a group effort. Mayor, once again, thank you for your ongoing continued leadership. Chicago Park District and several of you who are in the audience who've been part of this process to date and will continue to be part of this process to ensure we have the best plan out here possible. And I think it's interesting, if you're out here for the first time, you can almost get lost. The uniqueness of this site. Who would think that you're in the city of Chicago? This is more likened to being in the country out west. And to think that we have the opportunity here to create something wonderful out of this. Mike talked about the diversity of this plan, and I want to reemphasize that. We have a lot of natural setting here that we want to continue to recognize, improve upon, and enhance. And we have the opportunity to bring in some more active uses with the biking, with some of the trails, the fishing, the boating. That's a wonderful opportunity that isn't present throughout the city. So we're able to bring that unique quality, that diverse opportunities right here to the southeast side. And this is something that we talk about all the time in the neighborhoods, bringing these type of elements, these type of activities, programs to the neighborhoods. Because of the mayor's leadership, because of the partnership with SRAM, we're able to do that. Just a couple weeks ago, we announced the Marianos. And Mayor, thank you for your support on that. Just up the road off of the new Lakeshore Drive. There we talked about economic development, bringing retail into the neighborhood, jobs. On the other side of the spectrum, we're addressing a very significant need as well. The need for open space, passive uses. We're doing that right here. That's very careful thought. That's being holistic. That's doing what we need to do for the city of Chicago to balance our needs and desires. I'm thankful for the leadership of the mayor, for Mike and everyone else who have been part of this project, and you folks in the neighborhood, in the crowd. We continue to need your support to bring this to fruition. But I want to introduce the next speaker, and that's someone from SRAM who has made this a reality. I want to thank you for their partnership and their generosity in terms of financial support. Mike Mercuri.
Thank you very much, Alderman. Well, it's great to be here today. And for those of you who are not familiar with SRAM, we're a bicycle component manufacturer located right here in Chicago. We've got customers all over the world, and we started here in 1987. Obviously, we're delighted that we'll see new mountain bike trails come into this area in what will be a world-class mountain bike park. But the fact is, Big Marsh is not just mountain biking. It is much more. For sure, this park will, draw the mountain bike enthusiasts, cyclocross enthusiasts, but we envision school groups like you have here today, and small families, and families here to learn how to ride their bike on natural trail surfaces. We see them hiking, we see them kayaking, building their strength on rope courses, and spending time watching the wildlife in this area. And as a company, SRAM and the mountain bike community locally is committed to making Big Marsh a national model of partnership between eco-recreation and open space stewardship, which is as it should be in any community endeavor. So we're very excited about that. I want you to know we're also really excited about the opportunity about the impact, rather, that Big Marsh will have on the communities that surround this area, especially the potential for new green jobs. We would especially like to see youth opportunities come about as a result of this effort. So my challenge to all of us is that let's unite. Let's figure out a way to get Youth Corps working on this land next summer at this time. So at 273 acres, Big Marsh is the big opportunity. And I want to thank Mayor Emanuel for bringing forth this incredible concept and vision for Big Marsh. It has its roots in the work that many of you who are here today have been doing for decades. I want to thank the Chicago Park District, to be sure, and all the advocates, cycling, environmentalists, all who have been working or been having a vision about what could happen here for the last 20 years. Thanks as well, Alderman Pope and Superintendent Kelly. I met both of those gentlemen today. I want them to know, and I'll say it again, SRAM is equally excited about what's going to happen here as the city and the local community. This is unbelievable, and you will see our support. Finally, I want to thank two members of my team in the company at SRAM. Randy Neufeld, who really needs no introduction. He's a national treasure when it comes to advocacy. I'll call him the up-and-comer. Super smart, super bright, and hardworking Dan Stefuk, who's been working closely with the Park District to lay out our view of the vision here, and he's done a great job of that. So thanks, guys. So, okay, my time's up. I can feel the hook coming, but look, I just want to say,
you guys didn't hear that.
That's a deal.
I heard a deal.
I'm pleased to announce that SRAM is going to lead the fundraising from the private sector for Big Marsh. We're really, really proud to do that. There's, of course, tremendous opportunity for other companies and for other individuals to become partners, and we're going to be seeking them out. And so I'll make my first pitch to this group today. If you know of any individuals or companies that would like to be partnered in Big Marsh, please let me know. I would love to share the opportunities that exist here with them so that we can end up with the park that we all aspire to see. So thanks, congratulations to everybody on the launch of Big Marsh. Thanks.
And now if I could get Tom Shepard to come up from the Southeast Environmental Task Force. Tom?
Well, good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
I didn't know I would ever see the day where I'd see 150 people back here, smiling, fine people like yourselves. And you're not out here to watch the drag races down Stony Island Avenue. And you're not out here planting a marijuana farm like was discovered a few years ago near here. And you're not out here with dump trucks. You're not out here with dump trucks spilling toxic pollutants in this area like had been the legacy of this area. So that's the first thing. We're very pleased that we have this type of concept coming to this area. I have to say, when the SRAM people first walked in the door at the Southeast Environmental Task Force, and we brought in some little collaboration to sit at the table with them and hear of their plan, we were rather skeptical. And we were always thinking of this area as the perfect place. We have wildlife, we have birds, we have water that we want to see protected and maintained. And we've been talking to the Park District for quite a while now, since they acquired this property here. And the bike park wasn't something that we had planned on. However, we began to warm up to it. And when we found out that the SRAM people have the commitment that they do to preserving this area, to helping to make it a place that people can enjoy for other things besides biking too, then we were very happy and pleased that they came to us. And Alderman Pope, thank you for recommending them to come to us and make sure that we had that relationship with them and the knowledge that what was going to be coming over here. And we're grateful to the Park District as well for working with us and keeping us in the loop on that. So the Southeast Environmental Task Force and the Calumet Ecological Park Association, the Pullman communities, Jeffrey Manor, East Side, West Chesterfield, Altgeld Gardens, Hegwish, where our office is, we all want to be a partner in this, and we all think that this is going to be a great opportunity to help connect this area, to finally find a usefulness for this area. Mountain biking is fine. Connecting, we need trails, we need safe passage over I-94. I've talked to everybody that I've been able to. Thank you. Every bike person that I've seen here today, I think I've gone up and talked to and reminded them, and SRAM is very willing to be working with us on that. David Doig from across the way in the tall bank over there is a willing partner, and we're depending on you to help us pull that together as well. So, and I know that the city has this great plan, and the mayor is behind it for safe biking around the city. So we're going to be talking to him in his office too. I think we already contacted Mike Amsden from your Department of Transportation. So we'll be convening that meeting, and bringing all these bicycle people together is going to be a fine thing. And this is going to be a wonderful opportunity for everybody in the city. So with that, thank you, Mayor, and I want to introduce the Mayor of the City of Chicago.
Thanks, Tom. I do want to first start with the appropriate thank you. While a lot of, Park District, SRAM, Southeast Environmental Task Force, to all of you, this is your day. And 20 years ago, 19 years ago, 10 years ago, when people thought, I don't want to say what they thought in the sense of the idea, but I think you let your imagination wander. But that you've been persistent in making sure that what used to be an industrial site became a site for families to come together and give kids a nature, an experience of nature that we all enjoy and want every child to experience in the city of Chicago. So before we start naming other both elected officials and organizations and companies, give yourself a hand for being persistent and making sure that the city lives true. And that you challenge the city all of us, departments, companies, everybody that makes up the city, challenge us to be true to the motto of a city in a garden. I can't think of a better way to express it than what we're here. And what used to be an industrial site is now going to be reinvented, reinvested to become a place where families and children can enjoy nature. When this is all done, 300 acres, bikes, ponds, walking, it will be second to none as a nature preserve. Second to none in the country. And it was your vision, your ideals. I do want to say, because as we all know, there's community groups, neighborhood groups that challenge, and then there's also other people that also play a role. First and foremost, I want to say thank you to Senator Donnie Trotter that's here, and give him a hand for his leadership. He's trying to be cool, trying to be inconspicuous, but not just for this effort, and more importantly, while this will be great for kids and families, we're finishing the work at CVCA. It's a new STEM school with Motorola and with record graduation rate there. And Senator Trotter was instrumental in getting the resources, $75 million, to upgrade that great school. And I can't thank him enough for his commitment to continue to bring the resources from Springfield back to making sure that the communities and neighborhoods there. So give Senator Trotter a hand. Equally, I was on the phone over the weekend with Congresswoman Robin Kelly, who can't be with us. She's in Washington stopping an impeachment. In that effort, but she has been a partner in our efforts on Pullman in the larger area in the community. So I want her representatives here, but thank Robin Kelly, and also thank Representative Jones for his commitment and helping out, and also the resources from Springfield and SRAM, as I said, and the Alderman. I do want to say I partnered with the Alderman on a couple things. We've talked about CVCA, a great high school, reinventing it with the STEM education, with now I think it's north of 85% on-track graduation rate, and giving kids the background they need. The Alderman mentioned Mariano's, extending 41st Street, making sure Olive Harvey, the new school on transportation, distribution, logistics, after 1974 is finally, they called a temporary facility. After 1974, by 2014, we decided to make it permanent and rebuilding an entire new facility there. And making sure through schools, community colleges, our infrastructure and our roads and our bridges, but now I'll fundamentally pick up what Mike Kelly mentioned, which is there's actually a lack of open space for our communities. Now, about a month ago, was it? At Northern Island, we had the EPA director. Now, you should know that at Northern Island, we're now building, it will be finished in a number of months. It's the largest ecosystem restoration in the country in a major urban area. 45 acres being returned to nature, working with the museum campuses there, opening up so kids can camp and be part of that project, experiencing it, building it, but both through the Shed Aquarium, Adler, and the field, a learning experience. What happens here will be unprecedented not only in the country, it will be one of the largest eco-restoration projects done also in the country. Both the bike path and the ability to bring kids from all parts of the city to experience what they have to travel to Wisconsin, Michigan, or can't do and travel there. They'll be able to do that and experience that nature. That used to be only reserved for those who can make it to Wisconsin or make it to Michigan. It'll be in their backyard here in the city of Chicago. They can enjoy this experience of returning, seeing nature with their families. And I also do believe it will be stand as a model. And I do want to compliment, while I was teasing Mike. I said, he said up here, you probably couldn't hear it, he says, my time is off, etc. I said, well, you put another $1 million and we'll give you another minute. But on a serious level, this will be an example also of public and private partnership. I do want to compliment SRAM for their understanding that what corporate responsibility and corporate citizenship is. That they understood, yes, they can have a downtown office. That it's comfortable to be in a downtown office, that's great. But the real measure of a company is not how many employees they have, although that's great, and they're growing and they're expanding and they're hiring more engineers. The real measure is how do they give back to make sure every family, every neighborhood, every community in the city of Chicago can participate in the greatness. We do have a growing bike culture in the city of Chicago. Yes, we have it on our protected bike lanes, but we also want to make it along, not just along our lake. We want it in nature reserves just like this, a different type of biking experience. And I do want to compliment SRAM and their willingness to lead the private effort in raising resources so our corporations give the children and the families and the communities in this area and throughout the city of Chicago. If you can't make it to Wisconsin or Michigan, it's out of price, it's out of range. You can take a weekend and drive down right here in the city of Chicago and experience that same sense of nature. And SRAM is being that private partner of ours and making that possible. And I want to thank you for that willingness to step up, go beyond what's in the corporate code, and understand what's in the community code is just as valuable to your bottom line as it is to the bottom line of the city of Chicago. And that bottom line is to make sure that the kids back here, kids out here who are actually doing art, nature restoration, art, bike mechanics, their future is how we measure the success of the city of Chicago, and make sure that every child in the city of Chicago can experience nature, can have the learning and the STEM education they need, so that not only can they get the jobs of tomorrow, good paying jobs, middle class job, they can eventually bring their children here to also experience this great, great nature preserve that I cannot wait for the opening, because it will be actually a great way to work out stress for me. But beyond that, but on a serious note, it will be a place where communities and families can come together, whether it's walking and taking a hike, fishing, bikes, but experience something that usually has been cut off is now open to them in their back door. And I want to close by, again, thanking the community, thanking the alderman, thanking all the representatives of the community, coming up with an idea, sticking with an idea, and challenging the city to be true to its ideals of the city and the garden. Thank you.
And again, thank you all for coming. That concludes the formal program. Take care, and let's get out of the way for Pan Oceanic so they can get to work.